Right now at 6, severe storms are heading our way. We will let you know when you can expect the rainfall to hit.
And the seat of the Catholic Diocese of La Crosse welcomes its new bishop with an installation mass.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. We have an alert day tomorrow with severe storms headed our way, so let's send it right over to Chief Meteorologist Greg Barnhart for a look at when we can expect the rain to hit.
Well, the good news is your evening activity should be fine, and for half of the night should be quiet, but then things definitely do turn to the worse as we get past midnight and then throughout tomorrow. So the alert day really is for Tuesday. Winds, hail, tornado. I think wind would be a big threat. Rain, heavy rain, flooding potential is probably even a bigger threat. Here's the activity. We're looking at enhanced activity. This is on the scale of 3 to 5 for tomorrow, and it's really tomorrow evening for this. This is about the 8th time we've actually had an enhanced risk this far north for Wisconsin, so it's quite rare. Although right now we have no activity going on. All the morning showers and thunderstorms are pushed off to the east, so watches and warnings, we have nothing going on. Flood watches, there are some further west right now of the area, but for currently our conditions, we're not seeing any of that right now. Overall, skies have actually cleared out fairly nice for the evening, so really it's going to be a nice evening activities-wise. We're not going to see any type of precipitation with temperatures well into the 70s already, even some 80s further west, so we will drop those off. But we're going to see increasing showers as we go on throughout the night. Probably about 2 or 3 we'll start seeing some activity approach Eau Claire. Later on, more activity will kind of start spreading north for La Crosse as we get closer to 4 a.m. And then for the morning commute, especially for areas further south, we're looking at heavy rain potential. We could see some severe thunderstorms, but I think that'll be more in the afternoon. So once we go on later in the broadcast, we'll kind of break down when to expect the evening activity, what the threat is, and what it looks like going into Wednesday, which is more quieter weather. That all coming up a bit later in the broadcast.
All right, Greg, thank you very much. Search efforts are continuing after a kayaker went missing in Winneshiek County on Sunday. Authorities say they were contacted shortly after noon with reports of a missing 39-year-old male kayaker. According to reports, the kayaker launched into the Upper Iowa River Saturday afternoon. His last known location was on the river near the Freeport area around 6 Saturday night. Investigators found a capsized kayak and several other items belonging to the missing man just below the upper dam. If you have any information on the situation, contact the Winona County Sheriff's Office at the number on your screen.
The Diocese of La Crosse is celebrating the installation of a new bishop today. Bishop Gerard William Battersby is the 11th bishop to preside over the diocese since its founding in 1868. He succeeds Bishop William Callahan, who announced his retirement back in March. News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall is live with us with the details. Jeremy.
Emily, a packed house today. People from all over the state came to downtown La Crosse for the installation of Bishop Gerard Battersby. Now, he is the 11th bishop to be installed as the Diocese of La Crosse since its founding more than 150 years ago. And people who came all throughout Wisconsin tell me it was worth every mile seeing history being made. David Alcott came all the way from Marshfield to welcome the new bishop. He calls the bishop's installation a once-in-a-lifetime experience. The 64-year-old bishop grew up in Michigan and served as auxiliary bishop at the Archdiocese of Detroit before Pope Francis named him to replace Bishop William Callahan, who announced his retirement back in March. His message for the people is to let go of the day-to-day distractions in life that cause unnecessary grief.
The biggest challenge any of us have to overcome is ourselves and our own desires, and begin to allow ourselves to be caught up in the desires of Christ. And that's the fundamentally difficult thing for every Christian, for every person.
And while Bishop Battersby might be new to La Crosse, he's no stranger to the clergy. Both him and Father Derek Sikowski lived together in Rome. St. Joseph the Workman Cathedral will host the priest ordination on Saturday, June 1st. They will select one of its deacons to be the newest and youngest priest of the diocese.
All right, thank you, Jeremy.
Well, the La Crosse Regional Airport has a new director. At tonight's Aviation Board meeting, members approved the hiring of Jeffrey Tripp. This comes after former airport director Ian Turner resigned from the position back in early January. Lauren Koss was serving as interim director until someone could be hired for the position. Tripp is currently the airport manager at Cottonwood Municipal Airport in Arizona.
An Eau Claire author announced he's running for Wisconsin's 93rd Assembly District this morning. Fall Creek resident Nicholas Butler is running for the state assembly as a Democrat. He grew up in Eau Claire and after graduating from UW-Madison and the University of Iowa, moved back to rural Eau Claire County with his wife and 2 kids. Butler says he is running for the assembly so he can work with other leaders to stabilize health care in the region, protect shared natural resources, and aid local voting systems.
Minnesota's 2024 legislative session came to an end last night, but it was not without chaos. Lawmakers found themselves in a shouting match in the final hours. And this led to a number of key measures on the DFL majority's agenda not passing. Lawmakers failed to legalize sports betting in the state, and an equal rights amendment that would have enshrined protections for abortion and LGBTQ+ rights in the Constitution failed to get final approval. Republicans ended the session extremely frustrated, but Democrats say they did what needed to be done.
This is the biggest disappointment. I just feel gross coming off that Senate floor today. The abuse of the rules, the unconstitutional bills that are coming off of there.
They also knew exactly what they were doing when they spoke for hours and hours on things and told stories about their families, didn't talk about the bills at all. It was a deliberate effort to block progress.
Now, what did pass? Millions in aid for emergency services, new regulations for the new cannabis market, and tougher penalties for straw gun purchasers. And a new statewide minimum pay for rideshare drivers also made it through.
Lawyers for Donald Trump have begun presenting their case after wrapping up their cross-examination today of the prosecution's star witness in the New York criminal trial against the former president.
Trump's one-time personal lawyer and fixer Michael Cohen testified about stealing from the Trump Organization and shared that he may want to follow his former boss into politics. Jared Hill reports from New York.
Back on the witness stand, Michael Cohen, Donald Trump's former fixer, admitted to stealing $30,000 from the Trump Organization. The confession came during the 3rd day of cross-examination. Cohen testified that when he invoiced the Trump Organization in 2017 for what he says was reimbursement for payments to Stormy Daniels, he also included funds meant for a tech firm, but he never paid the company. So you stole from the Trump Organization, right? The former president's lawyer asked Cohen on the stand. Yes, sir, Cohen admitted.
It felt like one of those moments on the stand where he raised his voice and felt like he'd really caught Cohen in yet another scheme in front of the jury.
Prosecutors later let Cohen explain that between paying Stormy Daniels and getting a smaller than expected bonus, Cohen felt like he wanted to charge Trump a little extra.
They have no case, they have no crime.
Trump's defense lawyers are trying to undermine Cohen's credibility. He's the only person who testified that Trump had personal knowledge of an illegal scheme to falsify business records related to Daniels' payment. The former president denies any wrongdoing.
You have a lawyer, you pay him a legal expense, and it's covered in the book as legal expense. I had nothing to do with it. The bookkeeper put it down as a legal expense.
Cohen is the prosecution's last witness, sending the case over to the defense. The judge says he expects closing arguments next week. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
Michael Cohen also testified that he is thinking about running for Congress, in part because of his name recognition. A natural solution to a man-made problem.
A Georgia company is testing a product in Eau Claire that could break new ground in the fight against PFAS.
My son, Nick, took illicit fentanyl, which cost him his life. And knowing that my son is never coming back is the worst thing that I will have to live with for the rest of my life.
Tammy Baldwin's been with us every step of the way.
She just got a major bill passed to really crack down on fentanyl.
She doesn't just talk the talk, but she actually walks the walk.
I cannot tell you how much we appreciate Tammy Baldwin fighting this fight.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message.
Attention homeowners, Mad City Bath started with 50. Now we're looking for 30 homeowners who need a new bath or shower. We want to evaluate our custom bathing solutions in real homes for safety and convenience. Mad City is Wisconsin's trusted bathroom remodeler with installations in as little as 1 day. We're also your local provider for replacement windows and kitchen cabinet refacing. And now be one of 30 homeowners who call and receive free installation on a new bath or shower with no interest and no payments till 2026. Senior military discounts. Plus, call during this program and receive a free $50 Walmart gift card with your free in-home estimate. Have your zip code and location ready to qualify. From La Crosse, Eau Claire, in western Wisconsin, call 715-941-1303. That's 715-941-1303.
We provide specialty level care in anything from wisdom tooth removal to dental implant placement to more complex corrective jaw surgeries.
Trying to make it as easy of an experience as you can go through. We're the most experienced clinic in the region for these types of procedures. If you or your family member needs wisdom teeth removed, tooth extraction, dental implants, you found the right place. We'd be happy to see you here.
We work closely with your general dentist. Have a discussion with your dentist about a referral to us.
Natural solutions to man-made problems. That is the mission for Georgia-based company Cross Plains Solutions, and it's taken them to Eau Claire, where they're close to scoring a big win in the fight against PFAS.
Eau Claire resident Dave Garley is a managing partner with Cross Plains Solutions.
Take the chemistry that exists today and replace it with something that's rapidly renewable, sustainable.
He uses his chemistry background to find more uses for one of America's major crops, soybeans. And one of his top priorities came years ago from the United Soybean Board.
They were approached by the New York Fire Department with a very key concern. We need a training foam.
A foam that fire departments could dump safely into the environment, something that firemen like Chris Turner have been hoping for.
We've all been kind of standing around with our hands tied, waiting for that product to really come to market.
For years, fire foams that went up against Class B fires, which involve a flammable liquid like gasoline, have contained the family of forever chemicals known as PFAS. But those chemicals don't break down in nature. Garley wants to give them a product that works just as well without the negative environmental effects.
I started formulating with soybeans because I can make soybeans foam. Do I know they put out fires? No idea.
He needed somewhere to test his foam, so he went to Turner. Turner is an educator and lead technician for Chippewa Valley Technical College's state-of-the-art Fire Safety Center. Smaller companies pay the college to test their fire foams here. Garley says having this in his backyard has been huge.
If it takes me a year to develop a formulation, without it, it'd take me 3 years.
His current formulation is called soy foam.
Over half of the content in this soy foam is made from soy meal, soy flour. It's the same ingredient that's used for bacon. If you're eating donuts, you're eating part of soy foam.
And unlike its artificial predecessors, it will break down in nature.
To be considered readily biodegradable, you have to be 60% after 180 days. The soy foam was 60% after 18 days.
A potentially groundbreaking revelation.
The first commercially available green screen certified gold fire foam, which has never been done.
The ability to move to the fluorine-free foams in general is a huge step.
Today's soy foam sample took on a 28 square foot jet fuel fire and had it out within 30 seconds, passing another test to get it closer to market. And for Garley, it's another step closer to making the world a safer place.
Again, I'm not a fireman, so I can't go put out the fire, but maybe I can do my small part, is to provide the chemistry that gives our firemen a better environment to work in.
Now, Garley says it's hard to say when it could be available nationwide. Soy foam has to be thoroughly tested to meet both EPA and Department of Defense standards. The United Soybean Board is planning to host an expo in Wisconsin this August for both fire departments and state lawmakers to see this soy foam firsthand. Nearly 69 million adults did not have dental insurance or access to routine oral health last year, but a new federal rule could soon make dental coverage more accessible.
And we're tracking multiple rounds of severe weather for your Tuesday, including heavy rain. We'll time out when to expect it, how much rain we might get, and when it actually will start to improve. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Here's
Here's the choice. Eric Hovde, fourth-generation Wisconsinite, self-made businessman, job creator, and Eric's foundation provides homes that save thousands of children in need. Career politician Tammy Baldwin, 38 years in politics, voted with Biden 95% of the time. Her votes caused prices to soar, and she refused to secure our border. Career politician Tammy Baldwin, she's not working for us anymore. Fix Washington PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Going with the shower was an awesome decision on our part, I think, and Mad City came through for us.
The lifetime warranty is, I mean, that's fantastic.
With more than 50,000 satisfied customers and an A+ rating with the BBB, Mad City Baths is the company to call for high-quality bath and shower installations in as little as 1 day. And now we're looking for 30 homeowners who need a new bath or shower. 30 homeowners who call now will receive special savings with free installation. No interest and no payments till 2026. Plus, call during this program for a free $50 Walmart gift card with estimate. Be sure to have your zip code and location ready to qualify only at Mad City Baths. From La Crosse, Eau Claire, and western Wisconsin, call 715-941-1303. That's 715-941-1303.
You made a cow. Actually, it's a piggy bank. My inspiration to start saving.
How about a more solid way to save?
I'm listening.
Well, BMO helps get your savings habit into shape with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward?
And there's a cash bonus when you open a new checking account to get you started.
Wow. Anything you can't do?
Mugs.
BMO. Are you looking for a high-paying career without any experience? Chart Industries has the opportunity you've been waiting for. Starting wage $30 per hour, highest pay in the area, guaranteed 40 hours, and so much more. If you are making less than $60,000 and want a healthy work-life balance, apply at jobs.chartindustries.com today. That's jobs.chartindustries.com.
Dental coverage for adults could be added to plans under the Affordable Care Act in the future.
Last month, the Biden administration finalized a rule that would give states the option to add adult dental coverage to Affordable Care Act plans.
Under Biden's rule, states have until 2025 to decide if they will require that insurers cover dental benefits for adults. The dental benefits would not take effect until 2027. So far, no states have signaled that they intend to require dental benefits under the ACA plans. But on Friday, Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders introduced a Dental Care Reform Act that would expand coverage through Medicare, Medicaid, and the VA.
Well, Greg is tracking some potentially severe storms coming our way on Tuesday. Let's get the full breakdown and your 8-day forecast from Greg.
Yeah, definitely the highest potential we've seen probably for severe weather this season so far, and we are in the severe season. But the heavy rain threat is also something to keep in mind of, since we've had quite a bit of rain really in the last couple weeks, and we could have several rounds of severe weather and heavy rain too going on. For tonight, really, there's just a really minor threat here, pretty limited. The storms will weaken as they come up here overnight, but still we see some gusty winds, some small hail, but heavy rain potential too is another threat too. So it's limited tonight. The big threat really goes in tomorrow evening with a line that comes through. That's primarily a wind threat, damaging wind. Could be an isolated tornado threat with that too, but overall that is a little bit stronger and that's elevated. Pretty good confidence, but that could change depending on how activity evolves overnight. Really, flood threat right now is to the west. They have a flash flood watch out there. I would expect more counties probably to be added to this just because of the excessive rain that could be coming, and it's just round and round of thunderstorms that could dump quite a bit of rain here. But for tonight, we might see a little bit of a shower. There's one kind of just west of Rochester right now, so they're trying to develop, but they do weaken as they come further east. So we might see a sprinkle or two for some areas overall until about 10, but it's really after midnight when we start seeing more of this activity begin to push to the northeast and kind of stay together. So by about 2 or 3, we're starting seeing Eau Claire seeing it. That line kind of comes through about 3 to 4 over La Crosse. This could change here and there given how the environment sets up, but overall should be light activity through about 4. Then as we go to the morning commute, it's really areas to the south of La Crosse. This large complex of thunderstorms and heavy rain begins to lift north. So once we get to about 6, that's when it starts really impressing on La Crosse and I-90. To the north, probably a little bit of a delay too going on, but by the time we get to about 7, that'll reach Eau Claire, and then it's heavy rain potential really south of La Crosse. And some of this activity there too could pertain some gusty winds or small hail, but that won't be really the main threat here. It'll probably be heavy rain. Otherwise, up to the north, just rain, embedded thunderstorms probably through the morning commute all the way through about noon. I think once we get past noon, a lot of it pushes off to the northeast, and we'll see some spotty showers, maybe a thunderstorm lift through the area through the afternoon hours. But once we get to about 3, we're going to have a break between about maybe 1 to about 4, and then we'll see a few lines ahead of the main one develop. That won't be the main activity. It's really this line that forms with the front coming through that'll hit the area about 4 western areas, about 5-ish for La Crosse. And you can see this bow shape, and that really is a good indication that you're going to have a damaging wind threat along the front edge of that line, along with maybe a little bit of a spin up of a tornado as it comes through. That'll quickly come through. By the time we get to 6, it's already up to I-94. It kind of starts becoming a little bit more disjointed as it goes further southwest. Southwest Wisconsin, this is where the tornado threat could be a little bit just because of it. It's not quite a line there. It's more cells coming through. And by the time we get to 8, it's already all the way to the northeast that quickly passing through with a few showers left behind it, but the severe threat will be pretty much done by the time we get to 8 p.m. So that's what we're looking at. Really enhanced. It's quite rare to see it this far north, and we've had it for a couple days now, so that gives you an indication it is a pretty good threat, and this is for tomorrow evening with that main line coming through. Otherwise, rain amounts definitely could see 3 to 5 inches, and this could change depending on how the systems train over the same area, but southwest Wisconsin, northeast Iowa, that is one area really to watch for heavy rain potential, especially tomorrow morning when we see a lot of the activity come through. But for tonight, really, it's after about 2, we'll start seeing activity increase. As we get to the morning commute, that's when it really start pick up through the morning hour. Noon, we should have a break in the afternoon, but then it's the evening hour when that line comes through about 4 to 7, maybe 4 to 8, that has that damaging wind threat really with it. So once we get past Tuesday, it does quiet it down. Besides the wind on Wednesday, we're drying through Thursday, and we have another system come through Friday and Saturday. We'll have to see if that has any severe potential because we are in the month where we typically do see it. Memorial Day weekend overall, not all day rain, pretty seasonable temps, but we do have the rain chances through at least Monday, maybe into Tuesday.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, what a weekend for the T-Wolves. Minnesota saving its best for last on Sunday. Plus, the UWL baseball team had the bats going at Copeland Park for D3 Regionals Saturday and Sunday, and they're keeping their World Series hopes alive. Rob is up next.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
I'm Dr. Anna, an OBGYN from Green Bay, Wisconsin. I was trained at UW-Madison for my undergraduate and for medical school. I'm a Badger through and through. Delivering a baby is one of the best parts of my job. One of the hardest parts of my job is giving a woman heartbreaking news that her baby has no chance of survival and giving them the option of having an abortion. Politicians like Donald Trump shouldn't be getting in between me and my patients, denying them options that would potentially save their life. Trump bragged about overturning Roe v. Wade.
We terminated Roe v. Wade.
My patients are worried. They're asking me, what are my options right now, and will I have access to birth control in the future? What is he going to try to take away next? If Trump was reelected, it would be devastating for women's health care.
ABPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
Attention homeowners, time is running out to call Mad City Baths as we look for 30 homeowners who need a new bath or shower. Choose from premium wall patterns including Canyon, Rock, Othello, and Evo, or a new walk-in tub with hydrotherapy. In addition to baths, Mad City is also your trusted source for Eco Sky windows and kitchen cabinet refacing. Last chance to call during this program to be one of 30 homeowners who receive promotional pricing with free installation on a new bath or shower. No interest and no payments till 2026. Senior and military discounts. And remember, it's your last chance to call during this program for a free $50 Walmart gift card with estimate. Zip code and location are important. From La Crosse, Eau Claire, in western Wisconsin, call 715-941-1303. That's 715-941-1303.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
If you're a fan of baseball, then Copeland Park was the place to be over the weekend. The UWO baseball team making sure its fans got their money's worth at the ballpark. Eagles plating 75 runs in their last 5 games, and now for the second straight year, UWL is on its way to the Super Regionals. The pitching might have not been up to par, but the bats made up for that in a big way. Eagles didn't make it easy for themselves. They had to win 3 straight elimination games, but they got the job done with a 9-7 win over Coe College yesterday afternoon. The good news for UWL, the bats are as hot as they've been all year. Eagles averaging 15 runs a game over the weekend, 19 homers over that 5-game stretch for UWL. We'll see if they can keep up that pace next weekend in the Super Regional against conference rival UW-Whitewater. Eagles going 1-4 against the Warhawks this season. Whitewater with just 8 total losses on the year. Game 1 is set for noon on Friday in Whitewater. On the hardwood, there's only one word to sum up what the T-Wolves were able to do last night, and that is wow. Game 7 on the road against the defending champs, and Minnesota mustering its most heroic performance of the postseason so far. Wolves erasing a 20-point third-quarter deficit. They go on a 54-24 run at one point in the second half. Talk about a comeback that'll be talked about for a while. Timberwolves taking down Denver in Game 7, 98-90. The Wolves are on their way to the conference finals for the first time in 20 years. Game 1 against Dallas is set for Wednesday night in Minneapolis. On the diamond tonight, the Brewers continue their road trip in Miami. Milwaukee dropping 2 out of 3 over the weekend in Houston, but the Crews still sitting atop the NL Central at 27-19, 2 games ahead of the Cubs. We'll have those highlights tonight at 10. I know Ken briefly mentioned it during the 5. Where should I stand? I'm a little nervous about this, but we did well over the weekend. Kicked some butt.
Yeah, local celebrity tennis. Yeah, 3 out of 5 matches we won.
Yep.
And
a little sore.
Yeah, we're feeling it now.
Sore. I have a theory on why we're sore.
Okay.
We're in like the new version of old. You know what I mean? Like we haven't accepted that we're old yet. I know there's going to be like the 50s and 60-year-old people that come and say, you're old, but
you haven't hit 30 yet, though.
No,
I don't know how you feel about that comment right there, Greg. Ken. What's your name again? I'm getting old.
We do got to go.
Right, we'll
we're getting the signal here.
Have you checked your sump pump lately? After a big rain, basement flooding can significantly damage your home. Stay ahead and dry with a call to Maxwell White. We have standard pumps along with battery backup systems in case you lose power. Prevent future damage. Contact Maxwell White today.
I would like to tell you about the man I love, Eric, who is running for the U.S. Senate. A 4th-generation Wisconsinite, he started his first business in his 20s and then built and turned around over a dozen companies, creating thousands of good-paying jobs. He believes in the American dream, and he wants it to be possible for everyone. Above all, Eric is a man of integrity. These are the qualities I want in a U.S. Senator to fight for Wisconsin. How about you?
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
Get an 11% rebate on everything for your garden at Menards. Start your garden off right with quality seeds from Burpee. Choose from over 450 varieties of flowers, vegetables, and herbs. Right now, all Burpee seed packets are on sale. Plus, get an 11% rebate. Finish your garden with terrace board landscape edging. It's easy to install and blocks the spreading of grass and weeds. A 40-foot roll of terrace board edging is $14.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Sick of running out of hot water? The professionals at Maxwell White are here to handle all of your water heater needs. Our licensed technicians can install, repair, or replace any type of water heater with same-day or next-day service. Call Maxwell White. Plumbing done right.
No last word? Severe weather potentially tomorrow.